First Lady Michelle Obama launching a blistering attack against President Trump in a new video. Watch.
They're stoking fears about Black and brown Americans, lying about how minorities will destroy the suburbs, whipping up violence and intimidation, and they're pinning it all on what's been an overwhelmingly peaceful movement for racial solidarity. And his willful mismanagement of the COVID crisis is just one example of his negligence. And we simply cannot trust this president to tell us the truth about anything.
Obama came out swinging in that video, meant to drum up support for Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden. Joining us now to discuss is Brandon Straka. He is the founder of the Walkaway campaign. Brandon, good to see you. There's a lot to break down in that video, as you well know. I believe you've seen it a few times. One of the big things that stuck out to most people was it was a mostly peaceful movement in regards to the peaceful protests we've seen across the country. Where did that sit with you?
Oh, well, as somebody who has been repeatedly attacked personally by Black Lives Matter, it didn't sit well with me at all. I mean, as a lot of people probably saw in the news over the past month or two, as I was traveling around with my team doing Rescue America rallies with Walkaway, I mean, we were literally chased out of a neighborhood in Dallas by dozens of Black Lives Matter members. I was lunged at and nearly attacked on the San Francisco bridge when we were in San Francisco. And this has happened, to me repeatedly. And of course, it's certainly not just about me. I mean, Americans have watched all summer long as we were shut down in our homes and our apartments. We saw the images of the neighborhoods from coast to coast that have been looted, burned, businesses that have been burned to the ground, Black neighborhoods that have been burned to the ground. And we've seen the immense violence against police officers. And some of these things have not stopped. I mean, this is still going on in Portland. It's still going on in Seattle. It's still going on in cities around the country. So she must think that we're pretty stupid if she thinks that we aren't seeing very clearly exactly what is going on in the name of Black Lives Matter and how dangerous it actually is.
And the National Guard had to be called into several other cities. If it were peaceful, we would not be utilizing the National Guard. Another point in her video was connecting racial issues to the President of the United States. Where do you sit with that? She says that the President says minorities would be attacking the suburbs. I don't believe that's actually how the President put it. I believe he meant the looters and rioters that we've seen. But there is still this urge, Brandon, to connect President Trump as a racist.
Right. Well, if you'll recall, this exact same thing happened in 2016, too. Somewhere in the last final weeks of the election, she came out to speak on behalf of Hillary Clinton, which ended up being a massive backfire. Now, at the time, I was a Hillary Clinton supporter, and I remember watching her speech shortly before the 2016 election thinking, oh, yes, Michelle Obama, this will be the thing that pushes us over the edge and sees us on our way to victory. So I think that it'll backfire again the same way that it did now, because a lot of these people, I think the people on the left are not seeing they're actually a kiss of death. They are not in any way beneficial to the Democrat movement. But the way that it sits with me, it bothers me quite a lot, because we see on the right, we spend years and years now being accused of being racists and bigots. Meanwhile, President Trump has done enormous, amazing things for the Black community, including pushing the First Step Act, which has gotten more than 3,000 Americans out of prison, more than 91% of whom are Black, opened more than 9,000 opportunity zones for the Black community, which have mostly benefited the Black community, all-time low unemployment for the Black community. I mean, if you're a Black person in America today, you should be really taking a long, hard look at what your options are here, because over on the left, you've got Michelle Obama, a former First Lady. Her husband was the President of the United States, who's still telling you that Black people can't get ahead in this country, who's still telling you that you're a victim based off of the color of your skin. Meanwhile, over on the right, enormous opportunities are happening for Black Americans, brown Americans, all types of Americans, LGBT Americans. This is the greatest time to be a Republican in this country if you are a minority, and I would highly consider walking away from the Democratic Party.
Walkaway campaign. Brandon Straka joining us live. Brandon, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Newsmax TV is now America's fastest growing cable news channel. We give you the real news you need. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. If you like this video, share it with your friends. Newsmax TV streams live on YouTube for free. Newsmax TV, real news for real people.